Hi, welcome to Veronica Live. This is our first podcast, and I've got Tracy out in Colorado, who's my co-host today, and I'm located in Florida. So we're all excited. Tracy and I are both Air Force veterans. She used to be a protocol officer out at Nellis, and I was a public affairs office out at Nellis Air Force Base. So we were always running around taking care of the two-star general, making sure everything was good. So welcome, Tracy.
Hi, good to be here.
Well, we love to talk about everything, news and politics, and so today we wanted to talk about Hurricane Harvey. It's just impacted our country, and we've seen beautiful things that have come out of it. And I know Tuesday President Trump was on site with the First Lady Melania with her FLOTUS hat, which I loved, and it's just beautiful to see that our nation's working so hard to come together to help these people.
Yeah, it's been really inspirational to see a lot of the pictures that are coming out, and everybody helping each other.
And thousands of people are still in shelters. We've got 21,000 federal workers that are on scene trying to help Texas. 14,000 of Texas Air National Guard has been mobilized. And just an interesting factoid to put it into perspective, Hurricane Harvey has had 14 to 15 trillion gallons of water over Houston, and Katrina only brought in 6.5 trillion gallons of water. So this is epic. We've never had that much water hit a zone, and they're dealing with so much there.
Is there supposed to be more rain this week, or I haven't actually looked at the weather reports lately because it's just been so much.
Yeah, some of Houston's drying out, but this is going to be a crisis that they're dealing with for years. I know the mayor of Houston has asked for money donations now, because that's what it comes down to. When these people finally can get back into their homes, and if they decide to stay, they're going to have to strip drywall. There's mold issues. So we really need people to donate money. And I know I've already donated to the Red Cross, so you can go to redcross.org. We've also got Franklin Graham is on site with Samaritan's Purse International, and he's asking for 1,000 volunteers a day to come in for 2 to 3 weeks. And you can go to his website, SamaritansPurse.org, to donate or to sign up as a volunteer. I mean, they really need a lot of hands on deck there.
There's been a lot of stories, too, of people, bringing their own, businesses in. The Cajun Navy, for example, brought in all their boats to help rescue. I saw a story about, I believe, a man from Wisconsin who had a tow truck business. He brought that in to help, move cars out of the way that, had been stranded as the waters recede.
Well, and even here from my town, we have a gentleman. He runs an airboat business. His name's David Erdman, and he's out there now. His wife yesterday posted on Facebook a picture of his airboat with 20 people on the airboat that he's rescued. He's been rescuing pets, because that's another issue that Houston is dealing with. So we need people to think about the pets as well.
Yeah, several friends have offered up their homes, for people to bring pets out and, into basically foster pets. Even out of state, people are interested in helping with that. And the Humane Society and the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals are also taking donations to help with that effort.
Well, and CatholicCharitiesUSA.org, they always give back. I know Red Cross, their CEO said that they give, for every dollar that you donate, 91 cents goes to the hurricane effort, and they're saying at least 156,000 homes are damaged. So
wow,
this is
epic.
Huge, epic, and so we need everybody, to step in, because this is our country. These are our brothers and sisters over there, and it could be us. It could be us.
Yeah,
so,
at any moment, some natural disaster. I'm not, out here in Colorado, I'm probably not going to have a hurricane, but definitely other things could happen here.
Well, you all have dealt with fires in the past, so
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
There's issues that happen, things that happen in our country, and even Vice President Pence has arrived with the Second Lady. So I love seeing the First Lady and the Second Lady being on site. I've never seen that before, so I'm so proud. I'm so
Right.
proud.
It's been great. And of course, the Trumps have donated their own money.
That's right. That's right. He's already donated $1 million. And, celebrities drive you and I crazy, but there's
Yes.
been some good things that have come out of this. So I know J.J. Watt of the Houston Texans football team, he started with $200,000, and his fund is already up to over $15 million.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Ellen DeGeneres has donated $1 million. Our favorite global warming tree hugger, Leonardo DiCaprio, has donated $1 million.
He's not flying his plane around anymore. I think he's like flying Coach or something now, so he's saving money.
Yeah, right, with Coach
it.
with the Victoria's Secret model girlfriend. And then it's really nice, too, because there are over 60 companies have pledged $1 million from Bank of America, Coca-Cola, J.P. Morgan. It's just everybody's coming together. But it's not going to be fixed overnight, as you know.
No, not at all, not unfortunately. One of the beer companies I saw, too, instead of canning beer, they canned water. And the little cans have water written on the side of them.
Oh, that's adorable. But actually, I think if I was going through this, I'd want a beer. So.
I think that would be in order.
Well, another article that caused our blood to boil this week was a Huffington Post article.
Oh, yes.
It was titled, "Becoming a Racist, the Unfortunate Side Effect of Serving Your Country." And you and I, as retired veterans, our being in the military is the farthest place that you just don't experience racism. It's a beautiful melting pot of every color comes to the table to fight for and stand up for your nation. So
right.
I just never saw it, honestly.
I didn't either. And I worked with several people of color who really bristled at the thought that they were somehow oppressed.
Okay, it's our first podcast, so I was booted off. So we're back again. We're learning, Tracy.
And we're learning fast.
We are. So we were talking about how, you and I in the military, racism was never something that we saw. And then, I grew up as a military brat, and I remember I lived at Anderson Air Force Base on the island of Guam, and my elementary school had every color, and race was not an issue from the beginning.
Yeah, and even though I didn't grow up as a military brat, once I was in the military, I didn't see issues of racism. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's a rank structure, and that, we concentrate on that more than people's skin color, or anything, about their physical characteristics.
Well, and everybody that joins the military, we join to serve our nation. I had a calling from the beginning, and, everybody's there because we love our country, we want to protect our country, and it's not about skin color.
Right. It's a team effort, and we all are a part of that. We all see a bigger purpose to why we're there.
Right.
So the individuals we come across all share that.
Well, and the Huffington Post article, it stems from the Charlottesville, those riots, and the neo-Nazis that were protesting. And what the article states is that the people protecting these losers were former veterans and had served in Iraq and Afghanistan. And honestly, if they were veterans, that's not who the collective group of veterans are. We care about everyone, and I think it's just a few bad apples that they got wind of, honestly.
Yeah, he also kind of tries to tie it into like a PTSD type of situation, which I don't believe is a good analogy or connection
how that
there at
relates to this at all.
PTSD I don't know.
And race, please, because I do in Afghanistan. Yes, people are trying to kill you, but you have PTSD because people are trying to kill you.
Yeah, not because they're a certain color.
No, they're trying to kill you over there because you're an American,
Yes,
so.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my goodness! Well,
Yeah, it was
article,
it was from the first few lines of it, it was offensive.
Yeah, my blood was boiling because veterans, people in the military, we serve because we love our nation, and and you serve with everybody, and especially if you're in the Army and the Marines, you're in a foxhole. You've got to have someone's back, and it's not about skin color. It's about
Right.
protecting each other,
Right.
that brother or
Right.
sister that's in harm's way. So,
And-
but tell me about that article that came out from your college. I thought that was kind of intriguing.
So I went to the University of Colorado Springs, UCCS, for one of my degrees, and just this past week or so, there was an article or like a printout posted on a bulletin board there, saying basically that veterans don't belong at four-year universities because we make fun of safe spaces.
Which I do. I've seen them.
That we make persons of color and LGBT persons feel uncomfortable, and that we're I guess we show too much military bearing in the classroom, so people are intimidated by our presence.
Because we get the job done,
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
We get the job done. And that's the thing. A lot of times when veterans go back into the classroom, or those serving in the military sometimes go back as well, they're wired to get the job done in everything they do in life. That's why people love to hire veterans too. They're doers.
Because there's a work ethic there. No matter what we do, we attack and work hard on everything. So this week there's been some speculation that perhaps this article was a spoof, but the university felt strongly enough about it to denounce it. And I received an email as an alumnus that basically said, not only is that not what we stand for, but it's illegal. We're not going to, unallow or disallow people to be in the classrooms just because they are a veteran. That's ridiculous. We add a lot to the conversation.
We do. And isn't it funny? You've got two articles that go after veterans. I mean, in essence, we're the ones being prejudiced against,
Yes. Which is crazy to me. I just don't understand the thought process behind it. A lot of us feel that we're here to protect people's rights.
Well, sometimes people, I have to say, are intimidated by a veteran because we are doers,
Yes, absolutely.
So.
Well, and with one of our previous topics, all the veterans groups that I belong to on Facebook are sending people and supplies and money down to Texas to help.
Yeah. Well, and I will
they're
say,
jumping in.
The college atmosphere is not conducive if you are conservative too. And most veterans, I'd say 9 out of 10 are conservatives. And so sometimes you have to hide that. I even remember when I was in college, one year I attended out at University of New Mexico, and I had to wear my uniform to my English class, and the teacher did not like me. And I think it impacted my papers that I turned in for the teacher. And that's been going on for years.
I had a professor who disliked me. Same thing. She was hugely a social justice warrior, and she did not care for any of my opinions or my thoughts.
And I couldn't hide it because I had to wear my uniform that day. So, it's one thing if you're conservative, you can kind of hide it if you're not wearing a uniform, but I was outed, in this class because of it. So, yeah. It's definitely college campuses. They're supposed to be the place for what all think, group think. Now it's all special spaces, and you keep your little conservative opinions to yourself.
Yeah.
So.
And I have a police officer friend who says the same thing as a police officer. So, there's several groups that are struggling with campuses right now.
Well, for the record, veterans, those in the military, we are not racist. People who've been on the front lines, they've died together with people of different colors around them. They've, given all for their nation, and we're not racist. We love our country, and we love everybody that's in our country. That's why we sign up to
exactly. That's one of the best things about the military.
Well, anyways, this is our first podcast. Again, we got Tracy out in Colorado. I'm Veronica in Florida, and we look forward to you joining us again. So thank you. See you soon.
Bye, everyone.